Welcome, everyone. This is Jeff Kone with the Wall Street Resource. Joining me is Michael Mo. He's the CEO of KULR Technology Group. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good. So, Michael, for those that aren't familiar with KULR Technology Group, can you just give us a quick overview of the company?
Yes. At KULR, our mission is to build an energy management platform to accelerate the global transition to a sustainable electrification economy. And we do that by using less energy, by using energy more efficiently, by making energy consumption safer and cooler, therefore the name KULR, and to use less material to achieve these goals, and also to complete the circular economy through recycling. So from a technology perspective, we come from a 30-year heritage of developing thermal management technology for aerospace defense applications. Our parts are trusted by NASA and DoD folks. It's on the International Space Station. It's on the latest Mars rover, and the numerous different aerospace and defense applications. For the last few years, we've been focused on transitioning those space-proven technology into the world of lithium-ion battery, and to really provide a safe and sustainable solution for how to keep lithium-ion batteries safe.
Okay.
And now we have customers in the such as NASA, Navy, U.S. Air Force, commercial customers like Lockheed Martin, GM, and so forth, as our customer for commercial applications.
Okay, so if I have it right, you're not making batteries, you're helping others make batteries safer, more efficient, et cetera.
That is correct. We don't make the battery cells themselves, but we work very closely with battery cell manufacturers in applying our, what we call the KULR One Design Solutions package to make the battery packs safer and cooler. At CES this year, in early January, we launched our KULR One platform as a reference platform for battery packs for customers. So we're entering into the battery pack manufacturing world, and also offering the design services to make the safest battery pack in the world.
Okay. So how big a problem is this? What's the size of your addressable market?
Yeah. So the battery market is probably one of the largest in the world. Estimate for energy storage, the product is a couple $100 million. Obviously, you still have EVs that's going from 3 million vehicles all the way to probably about 30 to 40 million vehicles by 2030. So electrification of our economy, which is powered by lithium-ion battery, the primary source, is probably the fastest growing IT in the world right now. But you also see a lot of challenges with that. You have vehicles catch fire after accident, doing charging, and also vehicles catch fire due to the Florida hurricane. After the vehicles get flooded, the batteries can sometimes go instantaneously or spontaneously go to combustion. Then now also you have the e-bike catching fire in New York City. That's like the number one cause for apartment fire right now in the city, as well as the number one, lithium-ion battery is the number one cause of fire at home in Canada. So these are really raising regulatory concerns, firefighter concerns. So it's a huge problem. Now we're working with recycling companies, regulators, and also battery manufacturers to apply our technology to make those batteries safer.
Okay, so it's a big problem. There's got to be a lot of people working on it. Where do you guys fit in within the competitive landscape, and where do you shine?
So I would say that we're probably the only one that has space-proven technology to serve this market at economic scale and price point. Our parts, because of our long heritage working with NASA and the aerospace industry, our parts are on the Mars rover, Perseverance, We are the solution on the International Space Station to keep the astronauts' laptop and portable batteries safe since 2019. We worked NASA for a couple of years prior to that, gone through numerous tests for that. Now we have a scalable and commercially viable product called a Safe Case product. Last year we received the Department of Transportation special permit for them, up to 2.5 kilowatt hours for recycled batteries, prototype batteries, and DDR batteries, which is defective, damage, and recall batteries. So that's the highest rating of batteries packs that's allowed by DOT. Right now we're working with partners like SERPA. That's the largest battery recycler in North America, as well as stakeholders at the New York Fire Department to qualify these solutions for commercial applications. Last year we signed an agreement with UPS to have them to be the logistic partner for this, to ship commercial products. So I would say that competitively speaking, we believe we have the highest performance, high safety rating product in the market. Now we're working with customers and partners to launch them in economic and large-scale deployments.
Okay. So when you win business, it's not mainly on price, it's more on design. Is that a fair statement?
It's mainly on technology. We're a technology company, so the thing that the customer really care about is how good is your technology. Number two is how fast can you customize your design to their specific needs. The needs include the size of the battery, the weight of the battery, the chemistry of the battery, and also, more importantly, how logistically they're going to handle the storage and transportation of those batteries. So it's from a technology perspective, and it's also from a total cost of ownership perspective on how you win those accounts. Also very importantly, that's also very importantly is that our solution, is reusable, so that you can use it again. Obviously, that's very important for the circular economy. You don't want to use it once and throw it away. But you'd be surprised how other products in the market that there's no way to detect if the packaging solution is still effective after you use it once. So we've engineered our parts to be durable, to survive a lot of different abuse cases, and then so it become a very sustainable solution and for the customer and partner, and to lower the overall cost of ownership.
So are you doing that all with know-how and trade secrets, or do you have some IP?
We have patents. We recently announced that we just received the Safe Case patent granted by U.S. Patent Office, and that's as you know, that these are 2-3 year long processes to get through the Patent Office. But now we got the patent granted. That's one of about a dozen or so patents that we have around our battery safety technology, around our battery testing technology, and so forth. So we have a lot of IP around this holistic approach. And we also have a lot of patents pending around that. At our core, we're a technology company, so we drive a lot of value by developing cutting-edge technology and having them patented, and they become defensive or very strong, mold for us for competitive advantage.
Okay. So is this technology or products that you're selling off the shelf, or is it designed in?
Yeah, very good question. We have what we call reference designs for customers. So what we do is that we show our design flow, what I talked about, the KULR One Design Solutions flow. That's a design flow from how we select the cells, the battery cells, how we test the battery cells, how we measure them, and then how we do simulation design around that, and do a lot of testing, and then also have intelligence monitoring and so forth. So we demonstrate that to our customer. More likely than not, the customer adopt part or all of the design steps of this design flow, and then we design and customize for their particular battery requirement, and then optimize for that, and then it go to mass production. So it is a reference design platform, but it can be customized and optimized for a customer solution.
And who does the production? Are you selling the design technology and their manufacturing, or are you manufacturing, or do you outsource that? How does that work?
Yeah, the core material, a lot of that core material, we have it manufactured here in the U.S. in our headquarters here in San Diego. Where some of the system level stuff we had been outsourcing in Asia, but we've been spending a lot of effort and time automating that and then onshoring that to North America. That's been happening in 2021, 2022. And now we're at the stage where a lot of that onshoring is going to take place, or the production is going to take place in North America in 2023. So that's happening. So we provide the design, the testing services. We provide the core material that goes into the battery pack. That's our patent for the customer to design into their battery packs. And they, in many cases, they do the manufacturing in their own facility, or they have their contract manufacturer to do that. So that's kind of the design solutions package. With the KULR One launch at CES, we're taking a lot of that stuff in-house and design a full battery pack for different applications in-house. And then the actual manufacturing stuff, we're still working with contract manufacturer to put it in place. But the finished product is more of a KULR product versus a customization product.
Okay. And then what end markets are you targeting?
So, energy storage is a very big market. So these are like point of use, behind the grid energy storage for offices, residential, for portable energy storage. That's a very big market for us. We have a lot of customers in that. Micro-mobility, whether it's e-bike, other mobility solutions that the battery pack needs to be safe. So our safe case technology, as well as our holistic design to design a new battery pack for the customer, we have engagement on that. Now, another very large growing area for us is eVTOL. So these are electric planes, electric vertical takeoff vehicles, right? That, as you can imagine, safety is of paramount importance. You may tolerate a burning EV and you can walk away and have the firefighters come on, but if you have a battery that's burning mid-air, you got nowhere to go. So battery safety, that's of paramount importance. So we do a lot of work with eVTOL customers, electric plane customers, to supply our technology. That's probably a little bit longer tail for them to get volume production into their services. We're probably looking at 2024, 2025 or so to get some of these, larger volume vehicles be in operation. But a lot of work on the design testing side that we're helping with customers. And then last but not least is on the battery recycling side. That's where safe case technology that we're working with customers. So, you've seen some of the DOE, Department of Energy opportunities, funding for the likes of Redwood Materials, $2 billion, for Ascend, that's $400 million plus. The U.S. government is really focused on how to complete the circular economy in North America by recycling and doing a lot of work on that. So I think our safe case technology enable the safe transportation and recycling has a lot of market opportunity.
So I'm a little unclear there. Are you doing recycling, or are you helping recyclers recycle safer?
Yeah, we're not doing the actual recycling itself. We're helping recycler and their customers to safely transport and store the recycled batteries.
Okay.
Yeah. So because of the batteries recycling, the batteries are hazardous material. So you need U.S. Department of Transportation permit to allow you to ship those large size batteries.
Okay. And in terms of your customers now, you mentioned some that were, government or defense. So what percent now, I guess, are government defense type, and what are more commercial applications?
I think defense was aerospace defense for 2022. I would say still probably about 60 plus percent, whereas the commercial customers about 40%. But we see that shift pretty really quickly for 2023. We think about 2023 will be more of a 60% commercial customers, 40% DoD and aerospace customers, all of which are still growing quite quickly.
Okay. And then how big of a component in terms of dollars are your parts and technology? So, or the average price of your sale, I guess?
Yeah, it really varies. I think, because we offer this just holistic solution for testing and then each different components. So I think that, for the testing side, yeah, I think that's a little bit hard to make a judge on for the average sales size. Okay,
but I mean, are these parts that are, in terms of dollar amount, can't go into smaller batteries like a notebook, or how does that fit in?
Yeah, usually larger size battery packs. Probably the smallest size would be your e-bike batteries, which may have about 20 or so 18650 cells. And then it will be energy storage products. I think our customer has something like 128 batteries in one pack or in one module. And that module can be stacked up to 50 to 100 modules into a pack for the like 50 kilowatt hour battery packs and so forth. So our product is in terms of TAM, in terms of percentage of the goods, is somewhere around, I think it's somewhere around 10%.
Okay. And so how do we make money here? What's the revenue model or models look like?
Yeah, so we typically start a customer engagement with design and testing services. So for all of our products, KULR One, KULR Design Solutions, and the SafeCase products, we engage with the customer by helping them, by helping them to design their product, and then you would test the products for them. The tests usually mean blowing up the battery in our facility and make sure that the battery doesn't, the thermal runaway doesn't propagate. So we get paid for the design, the testing part of it. And then when the customer go to volume production, then we sell the material. That's our thermal runaway shield material, our SafeCase product, our other products to go into volume production with their battery pack. So that can take in the form of a product sales, or it can take in the form of an IP license by licensing our design.
Okay, and gross margins, what do they look like?
We just announced our Q4 number. We had $1.8 million in revenue, which represent about 130% year-over-year growth, which is the highest revenue number in our history. Gross margin for Q4 was 80% plus, which is actually a little bit anomaly, to be frank, because we had a lot of design services, some subscription services to be attached to that. Typically, our guidance for gross margin has been between 35% to 50%. When the product mix for design services is high, it could go much higher than that, like we saw in Q4. But over time, our aim is about a 40 to 45% gross margin as we go into large scale deployment.
Okay. So you mentioned some pretty nice growth there for the quarter. Is there one main thing that was the impetus for that?
I think it's just, we have a lot of customer engagements throughout the last couple of years. Usually our customer engagements for the design testing, and then a lot of them go through certification, whether it's UL or their own stakeholders or regulation, what they need to do. And that design time we've communicated, it could be anywhere between 12 to 24 months. And some of that design and go into production timing fall into Q4. We see, because there's so many engagements, we see 2023 to be really the inflection point to have revenue keep on growing at a very nice clip year over year, and we really see the inflection point 2023 to be the big growth year for us.
So on the other side of that, what's your biggest challenge?
I think that's supply chain was a big challenge for us in early part of 2022. Especially with the COVID lockdowns and logistical challenges and so forth in the early part of that. But I think that has eased significantly, especially given our onshoring to North America. The other challenge had been hiring the best people. But we hired our new CTO, Will Walker from NASA. Brought in a whole bunch of really talented engineering folks to join us second half of last year. Team is growing really well, and I think we're scaling up. Right now, a lot of the challenge, I think it's a lot of it's kind of behind us. Now we need to focus on scaling up with our customer, really get the manufacturing scale up right, get the cost down, and really, helping serving the customer to make them successful.
Very good. So as we monitor the company over the next year, say, what are some of the catalysts or things that we ought to watch for?
Yeah, I think that, still a lot of blocking and tackling in servicing the customer, and getting them to launch, getting them to ramp up in their volume. So that's a lot of blocking and tackling, and you will continue to see us making announcements about customer launches and product launches and so forth. So I think that 2023 there will be a really good cadence for that. On top of that, I'm personally very excited about some of the data side of the initiative that we're doing, especially around AI. We've been experimenting with AI. We've been developing a cell check product for 2 years, which is a real-time battery management and monitoring system that's built around a lot of sensors, a lot of real-time data, and having an AI backend to power and analyze all that data. Our cell screening is coming online, and then we're going to get a lot of data around that. What's really exciting about that, when you get all that data, and now with the recent OpenAI ChatGPT initiative, that's more open to companies like us to access. I think there's 2 things really exciting. One is the power of AI like ChatGPT is helping us to increase our productivity of my engineers, increase productivity, increase that capability, and on the other side is that capability is allowing them to do more analysis and to put more AI and big data capability into our products, and that can scale up our business and operation without incurring a lot of cost. So it's more productive and more cost effective. The other one is that data in the whole workflow of AI and ChatGPT is not only going to be applied to engineering, but it's also going to apply to our sales organization, our marketing organization, our HR, in operations, in all front. I'm very excited about how that's gonna, unfold in 2023. How our operation integrate that, it make us a lot more productive, and make us a lot more, lot more efficient, and accelerate our path to profitability.
Very good. So before we go, what's the main takeaway you want to leave us with?
I think that we're super excited about our mission to build this energy management platform to accelerate the global transition to a really sustainable electrification economy. I believe that we built a world-class engineering team, a world-class sales and operational team to execute on that business. And I think that we're just getting started on ramping up this business. The future is going to be taking all these hardware and software technology, bundle it together, combined with software, big data, and AI to offer this holistic solution for the future of battery and electrification. So we're positioned to be the strongest player in this market in the world, and I believe that we have the team to execute on that vision.
Very good. Well, Michael, thank you so much for sharing the KULR story.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeff.